You try to be more charismatic. You've watched the videos, practiced eye contact, and worked on your voice. But when you walk into a room, people still barely notice you. You speak, and somehow still get talked over. You try to connect, but your words don't land. It's not your looks, not your voice, and not your vibe. It's your attention. You're not fully there, and they feel it. Every time your mind drifts, every time you half listen, every time you reach for your phone mid-convo, you weaken your presence. And without presence, there is no charisma. In today's video, I'll show you exactly how to control your attention so your presence becomes undeniable and people can't help but feel drawn to you. What do truly charismatic people have that others don't? It's not just a slick joke or a stylish outfit. It's presence, that laser-focused attention that makes you feel like you're the only person in the room. Think about a time when someone gave you their complete undivided attention. They weren't looking at their phone, they weren't waiting for their turn to talk, they were fully locked in on you. How did that make you feel? Probably pretty amazing. You likely found that person more likable and interesting almost instantly. That's the power of focus. When someone is completely attentive and engaged with you, you naturally warm up to them. You walk away thinking, wow, I really like that person. On the flip side, if you meet someone whose eyes are constantly darting around or who's mentally checked out, you won't be lining up to chat with them again. No one wants to talk to a person who isn't present, and worse, if they're half absorbed in their phone, it's game over. A study even found that just the presence of a phone on the table can hurt the connection between people talking. It's as if your brain senses that the other person could drift off at any second, and that makes genuine connection pretty much impossible. Real charisma, at its core, isn't about dazzling people with witty one-liners. It's about making people feel valued and heard. Legendary charismatic figures, from business leaders to US presidents, often have this reputation. They made me feel like I was the only person in the room. That feeling comes from giving someone your full attention. It's so rare these days to get someone's undivided attention that when it happens, it leaves a big impression. Charismatic people understand this. They aren't scanning the crowd for someone more important. They're not internally obsessing over how they look or what to say next. They're right here with you, in the moment. And because they're present, they can actually listen, empathize, and respond in a genuine way. Alright, so if attention is so important, why do so many of us struggle with it? In one word, distractions. And not just any distractions. I'm talking about the super stimulating digital kind that we carry in our pockets 24/7. Yes, our phones, social media, the endless barrage of notifications. Let's call it the destroyer of attention. Because honestly, that's what it feels like, right? You sit down to focus or have a conversation, and next thing you know, you're scrolling Instagram or replying to some random text. It's like our minds have been trained to jump at every little buzz or ping. This isn't entirely our fault. Tech companies have spent billions figuring out how to hijack your brain's reward system. Former Facebook president Sean Parker openly admitted that platforms like Facebook were designed to consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. Every notification, every like, every juicy piece of content is engineered to give you a little dopamine hit, basically a feel-good chemical that your brain craves. The result? You get hooked. You find yourself reflexively checking your phone without even thinking. In fact, on average, people check their phones 144 times a day, and some estimates are way higher. Half the time, we don't even know we're doing it. We're just unconsciously reaching for that next fix of novelty or social feedback. All of this constant scrolling, tapping, and swiping is doing a number on our ability to focus. Our attention spans have gotten ridiculously short. There's research suggesting that on average, we focus on a single task for under a minute, about 47 seconds to be exact. Can you imagine? Less than 1 minute before our mind pulls us elsewhere. It's no wonder that when we're actually with people, it's hard to stay present. Our brains are habitually checking for something new every few seconds. Alright, deep breath. It's time for some good news. The good news is that attention is a skill, and like any skill, you can train it and take back control. You don't have to accept being a scatterbrained zombie or slave to every notification. Let's talk about how to shift from distracted to truly focused and present. I'm going to walk you through a bunch of proven strategies to help you build your attention muscle. Try one, try all, whatever works for you. But these are the tools that can seriously change the game. 1. Mindfulness meditation. I know. Everyone and their dog suggests meditation these days, but there's a reason for that. It works. Think of meditation as a gym workout for your brain's attention span. Even a simple practice like focusing on your breath for 5 to 10 minutes a day can yield results. In fact, research has found that just 8 weeks of short daily mindfulness sessions can improve your attention, memory, and mood. How does it help? Basically, you sit and inevitably your mind wanders. What's for dinner? Did I get a new email? When you notice the distraction, you gently bring your focus back to your breath, or whatever your focus point is. That act of returning your attention is like doing a rep. Over time, you get better at noticing when your mind drifts and snapping it back to the present moment. You'll start to feel the difference in daily life. Maybe you'll catch yourself before you impulsively grab your phone, or you'll be able to stay engaged longer in that meeting or conversation. Mindfulness isn't about becoming a monk. It's just about training that ability to notice where your attention is and guide it back to where you want it. Even a few minutes a day can help. There are apps and guided videos everywhere to get you started, but the key is consistency. 2. Design your environment. Willpower alone is tough, so make your environment do some of the work for you. If you want to be more present, set yourself up for success. For example, when you're spending time with someone or working on something important, put your phone on silent and out of sight. The old out of sight, out of mind trick actually helps. Remember that just seeing your phone can pull at your attention. Maybe designate certain no phone zones or times in your day. For instance, no phones at the dinner table, or the first hour after you wake up is phone free. You can also turn off non-essential notifications. Do you really need your phone lighting up every time someone likes an Instagram post or when a random news alert hits? Probably not. Each notification is a temptation for your attention, so reduce them ruthlessly. Another tip, if you're trying to focus deeply on work or a conversation, close those extra tabs. Yes, I see those 37 browser tabs you have open, and shut off the TV in the background. Each extra thing in your environment is another thing your brain could latch onto, so keep your space as distraction-free as you reasonably can, especially during important moments. You can also use tech to fight tech. There are apps and tools that limit your social media use or block distracting sites for a period of time. Even something simple like using a timer, say the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focus, 5-minute break, can train you to concentrate in bursts. The idea here is to make focusing easier by removing the obvious pitfalls around you. If the candy jar is empty, you won't eat candy, right? In the same way, if your phone is in the other room, you're not going to check it 10 times during a 5-minute chat. 3. Deep listening practice. Make it a practice to really, truly listen when someone is talking to you. It sounds obvious, but most of us aren't as good at listening as we think. We're often half listening while also planning what to say next or thinking about something else. Deep listening is an exercise in intentional attention. Next time you're in a conversation, try this. Whenever you notice your mind wandering, maybe you start thinking about what you want to say, or your grocery list, or whatever. Gently bring your focus back to the words the other person is saying. Pay attention not just to their words, but their tone, their facial expressions. Almost make it a game to see how much detail you can notice about what they're sharing. You can even mentally summarize what they said in your head to keep yourself engaged. By doing this, you're training yourself to stay present with the other person. What's the benefit? Well, the person you're with will feel it. Humans are remarkably good at sensing when someone is really listening. When you respond because you are truly paying attention, your responses will be more thoughtful and on point. That makes the conversation way more satisfying for both of you. Plus, you'll start to enjoy conversations more because you're actually immersed in them instead of being half in your head. Deep listening also naturally makes you more empathetic. You catch the emotions and subtext more, which lets you connect on a deeper level. Charismatic people often have incredible listening skills. They give you the stage and make you feel heard. This is your way of doing the same. And guess what? When you listen deeply to others, they're more likely to return the favor and be present with you. Win-win. 4. Use your breath to regain focus. Even with meditation practice, even with no distractions around, your mind will sometimes wander. That's just being human. The trick is to have a quick method to bring yourself back to the present moment. One of the simplest and most effective tools is your breath. If you catch yourself drifting, say you're talking to someone and suddenly realize you have no idea what they just said because you were daydreaming, don't panic. Instead, subtly take a slow, deep breath. You don't have to make it obvious or weird, just inhale and exhale slowly. As you do that, feel the sensation of the air going in and out. This little act anchors you back in the present moment. It's like hitting a mental reset button. Breath work is powerful because it's always available and it physically calms your nervous system. Techniques like box breathing, inhale 4 seconds, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4, or the 4-7-8 method, inhale 4, hold 7, exhale 8, can reduce stress and improve focus if you practice them regularly. But even a single deep breath can break the chain of distraction. Next time you're in a meeting or on a date and you feel your attention slipping, maybe you're getting anxious or antsy, consciously breathe in, breathe out, refocus. Pair that with refocusing your eyes on the person or the task at hand, and you'll find your mind coming back online. 5. Single task whenever possible. We've been sold the myth of multitasking, but the truth is, our brains aren't great at doing 2 complex things at once. What we usually call multitasking is really just switching attention rapidly, and that absolutely shreds our focus. Whenever you can, do one thing at a time. If you're writing an email, close the other windows and just write the email. If you're talking to a friend, just talk to the friend. Don't also scroll Twitter. It sounds almost laughably simple, but it's harder than it looks in practice. Start by dedicating small blocks of time to just one task. Over time, you'll strengthen your ability to concentrate on that one thing without your brain pulling you away. You'll also notice you actually complete things faster and with less mental exhaustion. And in social settings, single tasking means just being there, in the conversation, without your brain juggling a million other things. 6. Train your dopamine resistance. Our brains seek that dopamine rush from constant new stimuli, so one strategy is to intentionally train the ability to not give in immediately. For example, if you have an urge to check your phone, see if you can delay it for a couple of minutes. Or if you're bored waiting in line, resist the temptation to immediately pull out the phone. Maybe just observe your surroundings or strike up a small chat with someone near you. These little acts of boredom tolerance strengthen your attention stamina. It's like telling your brain, hey, we don't need a hit every 30 seconds. We can actually be okay just being here. Over time, those urges to distract yourself get less overwhelming and you find it easier to stay present even during lulls or slow moments. Finally, remember that improving focus is a gradual process. Don't beat yourself up if you catch yourself distracted. Even the most mindful person in the world still has wandering thoughts. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to get better bit by bit. Each time you choose to put away a distraction and return your attention to what or who matters, you're casting a vote for the present, charismatic you. And those votes add up. Yes, controlling your attention is hard. Our phones, our apps, our habits, they're all vying for a piece of our mind. But that's exactly why doing this matters so much. If you can conquer the destroyer of distraction, even a little, you'll immediately notice the difference in how you interact with people and how they respond to you. You'll have deeper conversations, more meaningful connections, and you'll project this calm, confident presence because you're actually here, in the moment, not a million miles away. I want to leave you with a challenge. Try implementing at least one of the strategies we talked about. Maybe meditation, maybe just putting your phone away during meals, maybe deep listening, and see how it affects your interactions. Even one day of mindful attention can reveal a lot. And remember, charisma isn't this mystical born with it thing. It's built through habits. Habits like listening well, being empathetic, and staying present. Those all start with attention. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Which distraction hits you the hardest? Is it the endless social media scroll? Is it video games, notifications, or maybe it's your own racing thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Believe me, we're all in this battle for attention together, and sharing your biggest struggle might help someone else feel less alone, and it might even help you take the first step to address it.